is the right trigger module for the Dualsense Edge controller. We're going to be installing clicky triggers today. Put that back in. Clicky triggers and mouse click buttons. Okay. So what we got to do is, I've already taken out the old trigger mechanism that was in there. As you can see, it's all cleaned out there. So we're going to be plugging in the new one, which connects into this little white port here. Yeah. Looks like we're going to loop this around like that. Very tedious. Very tedious indeed. We're gonna get it though. Slip right in there like that. Yep. Okay. Got her looped in. Fish this around. Fits in just like so. Now we can get it put back together. And just work in reverse. So, got this little piece, this little gear. It's right there. Take this cover. Make sure we have it the right way. Just gotta line this up correctly. Pretty simple setup. Back together. We're going to do the left side now. Here's the left side. Going to be removing this piece here. It won't be going back on. Now we need to pull out this piece here, this bar. You just grab it, gently pull it out, comes out like so. Then you can take off your trigger, don't lose your spring. Spring. And again, we're just going to take out that and your ribbon. Find it easier to use a scalpel. Do what you like. What I like to do is, there's a little slot right here. Slide your scalpel in, and then you just want to work this loose. Don't apply too much pressure. You see we're kind of getting loose there, the top part. Just like that. Now you just want to work it out from this direction. It does have some adhesive on the back side there, so you may have to clear that off before it'll come out. I have tweezers, but I'm improvising because I don't know where they are. So gently we will work this out. See how I did that? Kind of grab it from the bottom, fold her out, real easy like. Then there's some adhesive on this little part here. So again, we'll just use the scalpel, kind of just go underneath, lift her up, and then we can just disconnect from this point. Gently wiggle, it's out. Now this adhesive that's in here, you want to get as much of that out as you can, otherwise it'll affect the way the trigger sits back. It'll create a bump. So just work it back and forth. Eventually it comes out. Get this little side stuff off of here. This adhesive. This don't have to be the greatest, but the more the better. This is the new trigger map. What you're going to want to do is make a bend at this line. They pretty much pre-mark everything for you. It's pretty nice. So you make the little bend. It's going to sit like that on the module. Found it easier to get it inserted if you just bend this a little bit. Just give it a little curve. Just a little bit. That in, just like so. This piece here is going to fit right inside there. Goes right on the inside. Has adhesive on the back, so you're going to want to peel that off. Just use my scalpel. And again, we just work this piece in like so. Takes a little finesse, but it will go. Gotta kind of, boom, just like that. use my little screwdriver to get it in position. Get it all flattened out. That way your adhesive sticks. Yep, looks good. Okay. She goes a little like that. Leave this dangling for the moment. Now we put back on our trigger piece here. Get this the right way. I found it easier just to kind of hold her like that. Then take this, slide it back in. It just goes back in like that. Make sure it's nice and in there, you know. Okay. And we can put this cover back on. Goes on just like that. And we can put the screw back in. On this side. And we can put the screw back in over here as well. Okay. Now we come over here. We're going to put the spring in. Spring goes like this. Sits right on top of there. What you're going to want to do, it's easier just to, and something I forgot to mention is this piece in here, right there. That piece. If you do it while this is out, it's much easier. There's this little nub, right? That one. Right there. Needs to get flattened. So what I do is I just use quick little scalpel lighter action. I'm gonna heat this up and then just cut it off real quick. Small enough piece, it should be simple to get to. But you can do it while the module is apart as well. Much easier. What I do is just heat up the scalpel and then just go right there. That little piece. Nothing crazy. Now we'll put the spring back in. It goes there on the side. I like to get it in kind of like so, and then flip it around. Make sure you're lined up. And then you're just gonna tuck it. Right back on this other side here. Boom. Just like so. Make sure you're locked in this little notch on the trigger. That gives us the trigger button back. Now what we're going to do is install this little part here. That goes right behind this module, just like that. So it kind of sits in behind there, and that's what's going to hold the mouse click part, this here. Okay. This part can be a bit tedious. You gotta get it in there just right, push it all the way back, like that, just like so. Screw in. So it looks like that. And this is just going to fold over and slip in that. that. Okay, get her seated, and then all you need to do is push it down. It'll kind of click into place. I used the screwdriver earlier. It kind of worked pretty good. Just hit this little thing like this. It's in there. One thing you may have to do, get it to adjust here. You can barely see it, but your button is there. This plastic piece, what I did was, I use a piece of sandpaper, 110 grit, and just make sure what you want to do is slide it right in between the button and that black piece, and you kind of just sand off a little bit. You don't want to do too much, but enough. Make sure you clean it off. But what you're wanting is sometimes this will get stuck because it's this plastic piece is too long, so it's keeping it forced in. But now you can see the button in there. You can kind of hear what's going on. So that seems to be pretty nice. I'm just going to hit it a little bit more, just because. Just a little bit. So that's how the module will look. That's how it goes together. Here's our faceplate. They send new buttons with this kit. We're just going to simply drop those in. Yep. I have a couple for these as well. They come individual and they are labeled on the back side. You can kind of see that says X. Anyway, they are labeled because these little prongs that are on the sides go to a specific button. So if you go trying to shove them into the wrong one, it won't work. So we got triangle, goes here. We got X, goes down here. We got circle, goes like that. Make sure they're all turned the correct way and that they all sit face down like they're supposed to. Something looks weird there, so I'm gonna mess with it. Okay. And here is the mouse click buttons. This is how it goes on. You take this old one off. This used to be on here. Take it off. Replace it with this one. Pretty simple. Nothing too out of the ordinary. There's the back piece. It just overlays. So what we're going to do is put this back on. Solder in. Make sure everything lines up. Something here is not lining up. Oh, one of the buttons. Okay, I see. So, just pull this off real quick. Just lay that down over that. We get 2 of these long black screws. And they go right here. Right here. Now we can get these tightened down. And there's the buttons. So now we just install our joystick modules. Boom. Goes like that. These wires loop the back. That. Now we can lay our motherboard back in. Pull up your pins there. Alright, so we got that worked in. they simply just go back in, connect your ribbons. They just kind of fold up against the wall there. Then this piece lays on top. Let me plug this in. So this piece, that sits on like that.